Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome. If you're just joining us, well, obviously all of you are just joining us. Hello. Welcome to our first Friday Just Chatting stream. My name is Mikey Feedham, also known as Vengeance God, also known as Ambassador Kel. Somebody said it was Bad Hair Day, and apparently I'm displaying that already. Wow, this is crazy. Hi. Good to see you all. Hey, Gobo. First of all, let me put some stuff in Twitch chat. I've got some socials I'd love for you to follow. I'm part of the Ace of Geek. We'd love for you to join our Discord. It's been a fun community that's been building up. I'm part of the Ace of Geeks podcast network with 3 shows on there. We'll talk about those more at the end. I've created a show called The League of Swords, which I hope you'll join and enjoy. And I have this wish list if you want to buy me stuff. Today is our first Just Chatting stream. Now, I'm going to be totally honest. I'm a little nervous about a Just Chatting stream because if there aren't a lot of people chatting in chat, then I just have to make up stuff to say for a couple of hours. And also, I haven't had, lunch yet because I ran out of time. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is doing a little bit shorter of a stream today. But I decided instead of just talking to everybody, that I was going to paint some Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures today while I'm chatting with y'all. Give me something a little bit to do with my hands. And it's something I've been wanting to do and haven't felt like I have time for. So why don't I make time? The big guy I just showed you, that's Juggernaut. And I'm realizing it would be better to tilt the camera down a little bit. I can hold him up to paint him like this, and then y'all can see. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is Juggernaut. It's the first one I'm going to paint. And I have found a picture online of, I'm going to actually crop that a bit. It just looks awkward. Of this really cool costume that he had one time. That I am going to attempt to replicate. Now, one thing I noticed almost immediately is that I don't have a black. But looking closely at it now, I actually don't think it's a black. I think it's a very, very dark red. So maybe we'll start with that. I did prime these guys yesterday, but I put every model I'd assembled in the last couple of months in a box and tried to prime them all at the same time. And it didn't quite work. You can sort of see Juggernaut the priming didn't really happen on the whole front of him. So we will see what happens today. Okay, so we've got a lot of different colors here. I'm trying to look at all these in the light and see what kind of color they come out as. Because the red that I've got is very like red, and that's not what we want for this armor. I am going to go over it with red ink later, and that might help. This is a red I just discovered called Blood for the Blood God. Now, all of these paints are old, so will they have anything in them? I don't know. This one seems to. So let's shake it up a little bit and see what happens when we get started. How's everybody doing today? Y'all having a good week so far? Has it been fun? I've been really enjoying having this week of streaming with y'all. Okay, let's start with the helmet. Okay, that is coming out basically black, which is probably fine. There's a little more red. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad it's Friday too, Gobo. And thanks for tuning in all the time. I really appreciate it. Um, this is definitely a weird color. I wonder if it's just that I need to get the paint. The paint is really watery. I wonder if this says technical on it. I don't know if anybody knows what a Citadel technical paint is. I don't. Obviously, I bought it at some point. But I'm I'm starting to think this isn't going to do what I want. Well, actually, maybe? It's just that parts of it look really dark and parts of it look really not there at all. Well, I'm glad that I have provided a little bit of comfort, Dexter. That's all we're trying to do here. I have a feeling I'm going to see this color in the light, and I'm going to be like, that is very different than what I thought I was painting. But it does kind of look like a nice dark red and black. It's interesting that it's two different colors on two different parts of his face. Why is that? Is that because of the basing? Is the top of his helmet based more black? Oh, okay. As I paint more on the front here, it gets a little bit less red and a little bit more black. Shoot. And it filled his entire mouth. That's not going to work. That's what the paper towels are for. Hey, that's fine, Nihilus. I enjoy your nonsense. Okay, I am very unsure about this. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what a technical paint is. Anybody want to Google that for me? Like what a Citadel color technical paint means? Where it's supposed to go in the process? Because I feel like the top of this helmet looks amazing. Like right up there, that looks very cool. But up in front here, it just looks kind of awkward. So what if... I'm going to wash this off the brush for a sec. I hope I don't have to do this all the time, but did I find a black ink? No, I didn't, did I? I was going to use this very dark blue instead. Well. Welcome, Charis. Good to see you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this Cantor blue, which is a very, very dark blue. And we're just going to stick that on the front. That's not a dark blue. That's just a blue. But then if I let that dry and paint over it with the technical, that might work. Yeah, Theron, we had these made for us for Destination Star Trek or for the last time we went to STLV. I don't truly remember. Ah, okay. So, this is meant to look like blood. How interesting. So, Gobo in chat said that Citadel technical paints are water-based and can be used to create special effects. So this might not be the paint to use here. This may actually be meant to like simulate blood. I really like how it looks. I wish I had a little bit better lighting in here and a little bit better eyes. I'm going to apply a little bit of on his back armor and his front armor and see if it's just the different like where it was primed and where it wasn't. Okay, on the back here, it's still that really nice black and red. That looks really cool. I think it's pretty watery. I think I'm going to have to apply a bunch of coats of this to get it to look good. but yeah, Nihilus, that's the impression I'm getting too. But it's not a bad look on him. If we want him to have that kind of dark, dark red on his armor. Let me see what happens if I put it on the front part that wasn't based. Okay, here it is also making blood, but it definitely needs something underneath it to make it look good. So, since it apparently takes an hour to dry, we're going to wipe all of this off. All of it, everything, right off you, Juggy. And I am going to... Are you trying to fall off again? Because that's not your job. Theron, are you asking if the paints are all command red? Because they're paints. Aren't we just trying to put a Star Trek reference anywhere we can? This mic stand is just not designed for this style of table, and it's gonna kill me in the end. Oh, jeez. I hope that wasn't the sound of something breaking. Something has gone terribly wrong. Apologize for all of you having to once again watch me butts with my mic stand. Okay. I think I have solved the issue. All right, so we're going to paint him in this super dark blue, which I'm going to shake up. Oh, no, they were all in command red, Theron. Would have been cool, but that was not in the budget to have multiple different ones. Okay, let's get this dark, dark blue going. This is sticking a lot better. I think, like with the red, I'm going to need a bunch of coats on it. And it's going to look completely different when I get him like in the store under the really bright lights they have in the wargaming room there. But it's a fun start. What I really want to do is paint all of my guys slightly different than how they appear in the comics. Like I want to do cool and different outfits for each of these guys because I feel like everybody's going to show up with like a Hulk, that's bright green. I don't have a Hulk, so I don't know why I said Hulk, but with like a bright green Hulk and Spider-Man in the classic costume. And so I want to do something a little different. I want my guys still to be comic or video game accurate, but to be sort of stand out on the table, be a little different. One thing that I'm definitely going to do is when I get to painting the Avengers, I'll be painting them in their Marvel Midnight Suns final outfits, which is definitely going to be a bit of a challenge. Those are pretty intricate, but we'll build up to it. Oops, wait. Oh, because his armor doesn't go all the way down. I'll paint over that. Well, actually, I have the ability to just wipe it off. Purple Hulk, green shorts. Give him the Infinity Gauntlet. That all makes sense. What am I doing? I am using a corner of this to fix a mistake. I chose to start with Juggernaut for a couple of reasons. The big one being that he's huge, so it's a good practice surface to paint on. But also, I just love him. I am one of 5 people on planet Earth, probably, that really liked Chuck Austin's run on the X-Men. And that is, I know, blasphemy. But I really liked Juggernaut as a good guy, for one thing. And that statement will make a lot of people on the internet mad, but I really liked it. So he's been a favorite for me since then. For some reason, I've always had a thing for villains redeeming themselves. So like Kane, Joseph, all those kind of folks were big deals for me growing up. Okay, leave that to dry. If I tried to Bob Ross it Dexter Bateman, I would probably end up Picassoing it instead. Let's get his armor. Or as it's sometimes known, his armor. Yeah, this is definitely going to be bluer than it is black. But if I remember correctly from my Rebels, this is going to dry a lot darker than it goes on. And that's good. Does he have... No, he only has the one band on his arm. He's just got, on this model, a muscly bit that looks like a big armor band. I'm a little worried about skin tones. I don't think I have a lot of good paints for those. But we shall see. Yeah, Goddess. Bob Ross is very relaxing. My wife and I used to find episodes of him on YouTube and watch him to fall asleep. It was great. Okay, and then he is wearing full pants. Yes, he is definitely wearing full pants. So let's just do that. Even if classic Juggernaut isn't wearing full pants, I want my guy in full pants. Just makes the most sense to me. Although I'll probably have to do something. Well, not necessarily. I was going to say I might have to do something to differentiate the colors of where the, trunks end and the pants begin. Something like that. Yeah, Dexter. I don't know. There's something about somebody who fully believed and bought into the idea that they were the bad guy, finding out that they aren't and that they have a chance to do the right thing. Really, really does it for me. Yeah, he does look like he just plowed through something here, doesn't he? It's a cool design, though. So, getting into any miniature hobby is very expensive. And in the last few years, lots of people have started modifying or modeling proxy models, and that's what this is. It's you can go on the internet and say, "Hey, random person, can you 3D print this for me?" And then I will paint it and use it in games. You obviously can't use it in any sort of tournament legal format, but you can use it. I can't even tell if I got that leg. Oh, I didn't. Okay. You can use it, for games at your local hobby shop, which is exactly what I'm going to be using old Kane here for. Okay, that actually looks pretty cool. I'm so confused. It really looks like, I don't know if you can see this here. It really looks like he has two bands on this arm and one band on this arm. And I don't know if I should just paint both bands on this arm or if that's just a weird model. I think it's just a weird modeling because he's got the kind of buffness on this side, but it doesn't look like an armor band. So we're going to leave that. We're going to leave that as is. Okay, and we're going to dry this off. And then we'll come back and do another coat of that. So these are miniatures for a game called Marvel Crisis Protocol. And it is a miniatures game that takes it's a skirmish game, so you put together a team of 10 heroes and then you take a certain amount of them in to battle against another team of 10 heroes or villains, and they're all characters from the Marvel universe. Nihilus says he was going to try for 4 bands, but the bands at the band tryout he was wearing his bands at. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't think I think this paint might be done. So what I need to remember to do with all the paints that are done is throw them away and not keep them. Yeah, I'm shaking that up and the paint's not getting thinner. It's just getting bubblier. Okay. This might be one of the oldest paint I have. This is Bronzed Flesh. Gobo will recognize it from our childhood. This is probably 20, 25 years old. But it hasn't, like, crapped out on me yet, which is incredible. So let's see if it's ready to go. Oop. Cap's a little hard. Still some paint in there. All right, so we're going to give him Bronzed Flesh then as like a flesh, as a base coat for his skin. And then we're going to have to do some other stuff to make it not look quite like that. Yeah, that doesn't look good. But if we do enough, if we do it and then we do like a chestnut ink over it, or maybe like a darker brown or something, it is very viscous, this 25-year-old paint. Gobo, you should know by now I never throw anything away. And neither do you. Oof. I think I need to put a little water on my brush as I get this paint. That's better. Oof. It's such a bright skin color. This is, back when we didn't have good paint colors. You can see, like, whoa, damn. But actually, it looks, when I hold it up to the camera, it does look a little like skin, so that's not bad. Yeah, shocked that it's still usable, absolutely. I've still got a green skin paint from your goblin army that still works too. I didn't bring it over here for this. I watered that down too much. Quickly remove it. Yep, that looks awful. All right, let's take all the paint off this. Let's dry it off. Oh, interesting, Nihilus. Well, I'm glad you showed up anyway. Weird that it didn't give you a notification. There we go. That's a bit more paint. Not as much water. Ugh. Okay, this got all mixed up with some blue somehow. Where did the blue even come from? I guess the armor isn't as dry as I thought it was. It's just... So maybe I should just let this guy dry and start on somebody else? Now let's see if I can do this arm. Oh, hey, Hedgie. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Mom. Hedgie Cleric is a good friend of mine, and she plays my mom on Yavin Radio, that podcast y'all have heard me talk about. And she's the best. And she got proposed to on stream a while ago, so she's definitely got one up on me on streaming. Okay. A little more. There we go. That's starting to look like something. Part of the reason it looks so bad is because I can see through it, and another part of it is that it's so Marvel Crisis Protocol minis is what I'm painting, Hedgie Cleric. This is the Juggernaut. And I'm trying real hard not to screw him up. That's right. She's not my mom. She's Zan's mom from the show. So you don't need to hide the evidence about me, just the evidence about him. I feel like I should have some music playing, but I don't have readily available like a playlist of like royalty-free stream music. I have access to some because I have a subscription to Envato Elements, but I definitely don't have it like ready to go. Okay, you know, that's not terrible. I've definitely seen worse. I think I'm not going to attempt to paint skin and or eyes inside his mask. I'm going to leave it as is. I might try to give him red eyes when we do the red details later. Okay. So I got to pick a color for his boots. Stream beats? Oh, Spotify has some stuff? Okay. Well, let's do that. So let's get some music. Hey, Fragrance. Did you see I set up a chat for all of us to chat? Okay, yes, you already responded. Great. Why did I open Discord? Discord is not Spotify. If this works, if y'all are enjoying this content, this might be great because there's stuff that I want to get done, especially with these painting these minis that's like so much I never seem to have time to do it, but if I can do it on stream, then I'm being responsible and doing it. All right, we're looking for Stream Beats. Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Sounds good. Let's do it. I said let's do it. Oh, my headset turned off. So you guys are probably hearing it and I'm not. That's funny. Okay, turn that down a little bit. There we go. Well, that's nice. Goddess Charis, yes, always. Listen, you need a nap. I know it. Everybody knows it. You need a nap real bad. Okay. This paint says Stegodon Scale Green. I don't believe that's green. Do you believe that's green? What is the Artists and Makers Creator Club, Hedgie? That sounds cool. I'm going to open up this green and see if it'll look good on his boots. Oh, it looks like it might. Definitely not green. I don't know if it's going to look like enough of a different color, though. Yeah, it's a slightly lighter blue. Okay. Give this man some turquoise boots. I think we're committing to having a blue Juggernaut, but the good news is that's not too bad, because blue goes with red, and we are going to put the red over everything. We're going to do that red special effect paint to try and get that cool, like, blood look, and then we're going to do a red ink wash on this guy as well. Oh, cool! Well, that's fun, Hedgie. I don't know if I would fit into that, unless I start doing this regularly. However, I am not a good mini painter, so maybe I shouldn't advertise my services that way. Yeah, that's sweet, sweet chill, baby. Okay. Seems the armor is dry. That's very true, Hedgie. I play video games on this stream, and I'm not good at those. Alright, so we're going to close this up. We're going to get back out our Blood for the Blood God. And we're going to see what it does over this armor. Am I holding this guy up enough when I'm painting him for you to see? No, I definitely wasn't. Okay. Now, what this might end up looking like is just that he's got blood all over his armor. But I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that. That's true, Nihilus, but I also have ADHD, so if I don't get gooder immediately, I assume I'm a failure. But that's maybe what streaming is great for. Just realized I did not paint the lower half of his body at all with the flesh, so I gotta go back and do that. Okay, on his helmet it looks great. Doesn't really look good on his back. It isn't really visible on his back. As I apply more, though, it starts to get there. We might actually be close to achieving that deep red color that I wanted here, which would be cool. Yep. That is 100% true, Nihilus. The only real failure is quitting. Tell that to my brain. Okay, yeah, that actually is starting to look really cool. I'm a bit worried I'm going to take it out into the light later and be horrified at what I've done, but for now, we're going to continue adding it over the blue on the rest of the armor. Yeah, perfection is definitely a pipe dream. You're 100% right about that. No one should try and strive for perfection. It's one of the things we ran into on STO a lot, where we'd want to put out a feature and then we'd have to hold on to it because it wasn't perfect. And I was always like, couldn't we just put it out not completely perfect? But I understand, too. They care so deeply about Star Trek over there. Oh, not that part. Don't paint that. Okay, let's get the arm armor. Nihilist, calling him Baxter Stockman is brilliant. That is a good joke, and you have earned my excitement today. I don't know what I'm trying to say you earned. I need to go back over this flesh with the blue. The red is not going to cover it. So what's everybody going to be up to this weekend? Yes, your jokes are good and you should feel good. Everyone feel good on my stream. Only good allowed here. No bad. Bad is bad. Unless you need to feel bad for important reasons, which can happen. Ah, damn it. That's alright. I gotta get the skin color back out in a second. And fix some stuff, so... Ooh, that's very exciting. I hope it's a great production of Les Mis. Is it a touring one, or is it a local production? Either would be amazing, but I'm curious. Touring, nice. Yeah, they came through LA a while ago. I was sad that I missed it, but you know, life finds a way. Yeah, that's not part of the armor. I gotta paint that. That's his hand. We'll get there. Okay. All right, let's get the flesh back out and fix the parts that we missed and paint it over. Thank you, Gobo. I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm definitely terrified to go back and look at it. Phantom of the Kitchen? I love everything about that. Tell me more. Probably should have gotten a smaller brush. Too late now. We're committed. Nope. It's sticky. Need just a little bit of water. There we go. That was the perfect amount. That was not the perfect amount. It is too watery. That's okay. Oh god, yeah, the music for Carlotta is insane. So are you guys like rewriting the lyrics, or are you just performing it straight? Such a careful balance here between watering this down a little and watering it down a whole lot. Oh, got it. Okay. So you guys are going to throw some stuff in the side, pantomime style. I like it. Dexter Bateman has written lyrics that I must perform. I dreamed a dream of metal claws and suburbs high, when life was high and sentinels were worth killing. You know, that sounds like a perfect day, Chara. I love days where I don't know what I'm doing. And I mean, like, I have no plans. Obviously, every day I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I mean, but that's the great thing about days where you don't know what you're doing. If you want to do something, go do it. The world is your oyster, girl. That was the world is your oyster, comma, girl. I don't know what an oyster girl is, and I don't think that the world is that for you. Nope, that's a bad idea all around. This soundtrack is awesome, Hedgie. Thank you for pointing it out to me. Goddess, are you posting your art in the fan art channel on the Discord? Because starting Monday, I'll be showing off fan art on the streams regularly again. Nope, that's terrible. I thin it. I thinned it too much. I thinned it too much. Oh, and I totally forgot the reason I got the bronze flesh out in the first place, which was to do his stomach and back. Crap, it's too watery. Give me more paint. All right, everyone, no one panic. I just knocked over Kaiju number 8. Wait a minute. This lower section has lines across it. I don't think it's skin after all. Okay, we're going to paint it the same color as the boots. Or maybe this is the first place we introduce the brighter red. Either way, I gotta try and get this skin color off of there. That is a very good joke, Nihilus. He said he was told the world is his oyster, which fits because he's allergic. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do that green. Although now no, it's not green. It's blue. Or his middle section. And then I think I will cover it all in the red after all. What we're left with is a much softer Juggernaut. Bitch. So, Gobo, my brother, who was in chat, and I once went out to drag karaoke in Provincetown. Just reminded myself of this story. And they were absolutely killing it on a rendition of I Will Survive. And they got to the like, oh part. And this drag queen just grabs the mic and goes, sing it, bitch. And so now I yell that at them every time they sing that song. Whether it's appropriate or not. Okay, I am actually quite digging this color scheme we've accidentally stumbled upon here. It's a softer Juggernaut. I did almost get in trouble for it once. Yeah, Gob was right. I yelled it at a different drag karaoke, and a different drag queen was like, what did you say? Because they thought I was somebody who didn't know them and was just screaming bad words at them. I feel allergic to sunlight sometimes, Taurus, just because I don't get outside enough. I'm sure y'all know how that is. Yeah, the special paint isn't doing as much on the special effect red paint isn't doing as much on the light blue. So now we're going to get out the red that's actually red. Ooh, if it is. Shake it up. Shake it up. I'm curious how many people we've got watching for just chatting. Hey, 14. That's not bad. If you're just lurking, you're free to keep on lurking. But if you want to say hi and chat with us, we'd love to meet you. We'd love to know more. And I'm going to get out a smaller brush like a smart person this time. Oh, God. The brushes are stuck on the... Okay, here we go. Got it. Oh, my best friend has astigmatism as well. Chara. It's not fun. It's the opposite of fun. Is this actually paint anymore in here? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. Okay, it's paint, but it's really runny. We're gonna have to do, like with everything else, multiple coats. Okay. I'm gonna try to put the red in his eyes. Which, God help me, kind of worked. Alright. Oh. That is wild, Charis. Hey, Sky Cricket. What are you spreadsheeting? I don't know if this is going to look magical or like a fool painted some lines. It actually looks a little bit more like his current outfit in the comics where he's got the big red X on his face, but I don't want the big red X. Because as much as I love Juggernaut being an official member of the X-Men, I kind of hate his current costume. Premium balancing for variance resolution. Yes, I understood those words. Those are words that I know. What do those words mean? You know, honestly, this isn't bad. All things considered, this isn't bad at all. Same with my friend who's got the astigmatism. They can't legally drive. They have to take a bike everywhere. Oh, that sounds fun, Dexter. Just alternating between your eyes. That sounds like a great time that everyone enjoys. Okay. I think I want to do some touch-ups on the flesh, which, boy, does that sound weird when you say it out loud. Just looks like I put a freaking glob of paint on him, because that's what I did. I put a freaking glob of paint on him. That's much better. Yep, I think you did, Hedgie. I think you made it all the way worse. But I appreciate you for it. As one of the few people who's ever commented on anything I've ever posted with a, like, that's kind of hot reaction. Shara, auto-cannibalism isn't healthy. It's, in fact, unhealthy. Alright, well, chewing on yourself isn't as bad as, you know, actually eating yourself. I thought you were kidding. It is wild enjoying something or wanting to do something like mini painting or cosplay and having small motor dysfunction. 'Cause, man, I'm just like, I feel like this part would be way easier for other people who are not me. Okay. You know, I don't hate this. If I put him on the table next to somebody else, I know I'm going to be like, well, that thing is way better. But, like, there was a guy at the shop who had beautifully painted minis last night. And my friend Scott was like, did you paint those yourself? And he was like, no, I bought them all on eBay. And I immediately felt better about my life and my choices. Which musical is about cannibalism again? Make the bottoms of his feet red too. Why? Because I can. Because it's kind of fun. He's magically striding through the world, smashing things up as he goes. Oh, Cannibal the Musical. Dexter Bateman, I think eating yourself is called auto-cannibalism, but admittedly I learned that from Cards Against Humanity, which is not a great source for anything, including fun. That's right, I said it. Cards Against Humanity isn't fun. Okay. I am sorry, Charos, but if you're in this chat, you should be expecting puns. Puns are all we got. Okay, no, not the red ink. We want the chestnut ink. There it is. I'm gonna apply a liberal amount of this to the flesh sections, which is now just his arms. Oh, that smells bad. And then wipe it off, see what kind of cool definition we got. may have needed to water down the sink a little bit before I did this, but it's too late now. Oh, yeah, it worked! Oh, that's so cool. It sunk into all the cracks. Oh, look at that arm. Hold on, I banged the thing. Look at that arm. Look at how much cooler that looks now. Hey, Charis, you know, those Gorn puns, they're going to happen. Wipe it away. Wipe it harder. Wipe it harder than that. There we go. Oh, man, that looks so cool. I am stoked about how that turned out. Aggressively wipe it off. Alright. Now a little bit for his hand here that's right next to this rock. Might as well get his arm while I'm at it. Although I don't think there's many surfaces for this to sink into on his wrist. Yeah, there aren't, but it did add a little definition. And it made the hand look good. Just need to really get in there. I know, I should get... If I'm going to start doing this more regularly, I definitely should get, like, a mini painting cam. I literally had this idea 5 minutes before the stream was supposed to start, because I was like, what am I going to do for a just chatting stream? Sit there and talk to them the whole time? What will I say? I need something to occupy my hands. Yeah. All right, Dexter, but if you're quicker than your wit, you're going to be real fast. Okay. Yes. I love that. It's a little too much in certain spots. He's definitely got redder skin than he could have, but that looks so much better. Oh, man. Well, I guess that means it's time to try the red ink on everything else. Here's my red ink. I should get a new paper towel. That one's basically gone. Yeah, Nihilus, Rowan posted about Steel Hunters in the chat, or in the Discord, and it looks and sounds very cool. I have also applied to be in the tests, and I'm hoping I get the chance to, because that would be a fun game to stream. And y'all know how I loves me some mech stuff. Okay, this is... I can see it really well in this light over here. This guy turned out really cool. I gotta fix his belt. His belt got totally wiped off, which is gonna happen. Hey, welcome, Admiral. Nihilus, I have, I don't know if you know this, recently lost my job. So I haven't bought any new games in a bit. Dexter was awesome and got me a bunch of old games that he had codes for. But I'm gonna have to wait a bit before I can buy anything new to play. Unless it's free like Rivals. By the way, if that sounded overly sarcastic, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to. Okay. So now what I want to do is soften the arms a little bit. Just me complimenting you, Dexter. Hey, you know what, Chara? If something is awesome to you, don't worry about being quote-unquote stuck in it. I try and get a very small amount of very watered-down fleshy stuff on my brush to just kind of lighten this up a little bit. I don't know if that worked at all. See, that's too much. Actually, it's... There we go. As long as I don't paint too deep into the crevices. That's actually doing something. Okay. I'm not going to mess with Kane anymore. Oh, wait, yes I am, because I got to paint his base. But I'm not going to mess with him anymore. Yeah, I like all three of those games, Fleet Admiral. Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero. I really liked Zenless Zone Zero. Didn't get a lot of chances to play it, but I quite enjoyed it. Okay. Runefang Steel. I've got two things of Warplock Bronze. Got some gold over here. Got some brass. Brass looks very light. Nope, it's very dark. What I'm trying to find is if I have... What is Necron Compound? It looks like paint down there. But no, that is a solid object. So whatever Necron Compound is, we won't be using it today. What if I use... So I was thinking I should use something a little lighter. Is this also dead? Yeah, that's dry. That's unfortunate. If I use something a little lighter as kind of a base on the metal... What I really need is actually not something lighter, but something darker. So, you know what? We're going to do Warplock Bronze. We're going to give it a try. It might be too much. Just going to put it on... I'm painting these metal pieces on the base. And then what I'll do is I'll go back and dry brush over them with the silver. Dry brushing, for those of you who don't know, is a technique where you take a dry brush and you just really beat at it, and it usually gets only the highlighted areas, as opposed to getting the whole thing. Honkai Star Rail is the one I've played the least. I tried repeatedly to get into Genshin without much success. You know, I think this Warplock Bronze might be what the whole base is going to be, because it looks like he's going through... Well, actually, no. He's going through a rocky environment, not a metal environment. Never mind. Okay, that looks like a nice metal. And when I give it some highlights, it's going to look really good. So we'll let that dry and start working on the stone. I think I have 1 billion browns, so. Hey, Nutscones! Welcome, welcome! If it's your first time here, thanks for joining us. Painting some Prices Protocol minis today. I think what you posted is a pun. Said I had a Russian Uber driver yesterday. His name was Pickup, and see, I'm so worried because like it's probably totally harmless. It's probably yeah, it is Pickup and Drop Off. Pickup and Drop Off, which is Pickup and Drop Off. Okay, phew. I had this nightmare about somebody coming into the stream and being like, oh, a different red. Cool. Could have used that. Might still. Yeah, it didn't really do anything different. Okay. Oh, I always do. I didn't realize that Fragrance invented it first. But anyway, welcome, Nutscones. I hope you'll continue to hang out with us, and I hope you will drop a follow. I am in the very Mike position of having reached affiliate and not had a moment's time to finish filling out the forms. So I don't have a subscription button yet, but I will next week. That's interesting, Dexter. I did not know that. For those of you who are watching the VOD or aren't watching chat, Tim Curry was afraid of clowns. They had to hide mirrors from him when he was on set as Pennywise because he would have been freaked out by himself. I'm not sure this is my favorite brown. I may put a different brown over it. As it does sort of look like the poopy. And while poopy is perfectly natural and something that we all must deal with, I'm not super fan of looking at it in my models. Yeah, that's just a weird brown, man. Okay. We're going to paint over it. Put it back to the side here. I know I have another brown or two. I said I know I have another brown or two. I said I know I have... Do I not have another brown? Is that the only brown I got? Or did I just leave all the browns in the drawer? Let me go check the drawer and see if there's any more browns. Yeah, I saw that, Hedgie Cleric. It's a wild choice to pick poop as the 2024 color, but Salaknar, post the fight music from HSR, the boss fight music in the Discord. I want to hear it. found some other colors, but they're all these kind, which means I gotta use a palette, which means I gotta find something for a palette. And I think I know what to use. Gotta go grab it. Be right back! Got it! Paper plate, baby! Now to somehow make room on my desk. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely poop brown that I put on his base. Okay. Push all the paints backwards. I'm gonna regret this later. Okay. So let's... open up. Ah, there it goes. Oh, this is brand new. It's going to have a thing on the inside, I bet. Yep. But said thing is covered by a layer of paint, because we must have bought this ages ago. That's wild. Huh, came off pretty easily. Oh no, is everything in there dry? Seems like it might be. Oh wow, I didn't know the original It miniseries was supposed to be 8 episodes and 90 minutes each, instead of the 2 that we got. Okay, it looks like there is some paint still in there. Once you remove this topper. Come on out. Yeah, welcome back to the world, Brick Paint. You're going to be a much better paint for this. Ah, yes. Already liking that much better. Let's really layer it on. Yeah, I've never read it because I heard about that one scene. You know the one. But it is a huge, long novel. I still love, one of my favorite facts about Stephen King is that the reason he busted his butt to finish The Dark Tower is because he almost died in a car accident, and some fans at a book signing were like, we don't know what we would have done if you had died without finishing The Dark Tower. And he was like, those fans are right. I should finish it. Speaking of gigantic novels, I am very deep into Wind and Truth, the newest book of the Stormlight Archives right now. And it is awesome. It's really, really good. Highly recommend. reading that series. I feel like with George R. R. Martin and also with Patrick Rothfuss, they're both just going through some stuff. And that's why I've given them, you know, I know it's been decades, but when something gets so big in your head, I mean, it became the biggest TV show in the world. And then they did an ending reportedly based on his notes, and everyone hated it. Universally, the world over, everyone was like, this is the worst ending you could possibly have had for this series. And of course, you know, everyone blamed the showrunners, but I have a feeling it was pretty close to what he wrote for the ending. And he was like, oh, now I gotta redo everything. Or what he had planned on writing for the ending, I should say. Oh, I need to start the Locked Tomb series over from the beginning and go through it. Because I love all the books, but I struggled with Nona because in the first book I didn't really learn who all the characters were. I just, for some reason, I couldn't keep them all straight in my head. I think they introduced too many characters at once and their names were all weird or something. And so I really struggled. And also I think I just really hit upon really liking Gideon as a character and Harrow as a character, and I was like, well, none of the rest of these people are as important. And then friggin' those characters barely appear in the later books, even though they're the main characters. I think it was mostly that after how Harrow ended, which I won't spoil here, which was so good. I really wanted resolution, and this entire book was kind of a side quest. All right, see you later, Charis. Have a good one. Now, admittedly, this brick brown now kind of looks like he's sinking into like a bog of mud, but I think we can fix that with some liberal application of some other stuff. So are you, Chara. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna get my old friend, the chestnut ink that worked so well on his arms, out. Still smells terrible. Hey, Arcane Flame. How you doing? Could have just made an outline of what? Well, that certainly made that rock look browner and wetter, but I don't think it made it look more like a rock. Still going to apply it liberally over all the stones and details and stuff here, but I think I'm going to need to do more. That is good to know, Hedgie. Well, good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Come on, tell me I have some gray. I have just a little bit of gray. Okay. That will work. Get the gray on there, and then get the gray. Oh, no. Okay. Everything almost fell in my lap. That would have been real bad. Oh, you know, I was trying to I was trying to dry brush this, but I ended up mixing these colors and making something much more rock-like in the process. I think I'm going to do more of that. All right, I need to let this rock dry. All I have succeeded in is making it look like chocolate. Delicious chocolate, mind you. I mean, I would eat that rock, but not really what we're going for. Dexter Bateman. That is a fun fact. And I like it. Okay. Let's find that metallic silver. Here we go. Runefang steel. Ooh. New paint. Never opened before. And it's still there on the inside. What a glorious thing. But it didn't get on my brush. I didn't quite dry this dry brush off enough, but honestly, that looks okay. That looks pretty cool. We'll leave it. Okay. I've got to let all this ink on the base dry. Or just wipe it. Actually, now that I think about it, just wipe it. And then I've got to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, the rock actually looks fairly rock-like now. At least from the front. I gotta make the ground look more ground-like. Not just a pile of mud / poop. I really need like a... I don't know what I need. What have I got? I got more Warplock bronze. Got more blue. Red. I think I'm going to do some more gray dry brushing over... Sorry. Not the Runefang steel, but the gray over the base. See what that does. All right. I am going to call this done. It looks pretty good. And the base I could work on for years. And I may go get some more actual, like, paints to look at the base. But that is the Juggernaut. Bitch. I'm quite chuffed, as they say, with how that turned out, honestly. He's not perfect, but he's not perfect. Okay. I think the easiest thing to hit up next will be to do Venom. That is a funny fact about Hellraiser for sure. Yeah, I think Clive invented the monster lover genre there and didn't realize it. I mean, not invented it, obviously, but... Okay. So... let's come over here. Image and new tab. Can I zoom in on that at all? Okay, so that's what Venom's Midnight Suns outfit looks like. That's a lot. We might not go that hard. Hey, Duncan. How's Germany? Is it going good? All right, so I'm weighing back and forth on a couple of things here. Part of me wants to keep going. Part of me is hungry. A meter-long bag of popcorn. That's amazing. And I'm looking at this Venom and knowing that I spent an hour on Juggernaut, I would probably spend an hour on Venom. But it would be fun. What I think I'm going to do is probably not the best thing for my continual streaming career, but I think it is the best thing for me today because I have been running like crazy this week and I need to, take a break for a bit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to say thank you very much to everybody who joined us. I've got some social media you can follow me on. It's Vengeance God on Blue Sky and Twitter, and Broken Infinity Films on Instagram, and Vengeance God 2 on TikTok. I've got 3 podcasts on the Ace of Geeks network. There's the Ace of Geeks podcast, where 4 best friends get together and bring some wonderful nerdy things they've consumed that week, and then make those things fight to the death. And there's Edge of Reality, which is our TTRPG podcast. And there's Yavin Radio, which I think you all will really dig. Please go listen to it. It's very fun. It's an improvised Star Wars podcast, and if you like Lower Decks, you'll enjoy it. Thanks everybody. You're all super sweet. There's also the League of Swords, which Hedgie has been wonderful and been a sponsor of in the past. The League of Swords is a high-octane stunt show, good for the whole family. I have put it together over the last couple of years, and I love it to death, and I hope you will too. Yeah, there's more. We've got a Discord. Wow. Go ahead and join the Discord. Come and chat with us. We're having a lot of fun in there, especially since the streaming started. And also, I've got this wish list. If you want to buy me something, you can. You don't have to. I'm going to head over. I'm going to stop sharing my browser screen. And then I'm going to head over to Twitch and see who we can raid today. Who do I know that is playing? Oh, Peace X Peace is going. Let's do it. I'll send some folks her way. All right. Well, folks, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you today and doing some painting. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.